everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a bridal look using all Wet n Wild products, a full face of Wet n Wild products. Now, there may be like it just depends on how the color looks. I am going out after this. I'm going to eat with my best friend and her boyfriend and my man. So it just depends on how it looks, but I am going to be also using my Maybelline contour to contour because all the shades of Wet n Wild weren't ashy enough. And depending on how the concealer looks, I may need to layer another concealer on top of it to make it like my skin tone, because I definitely think it is a little too dark. Or maybe my skin tone, I hope it is, but I don't think it is. Fingers crossed. So I hope you guys like this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and if you aren't already subscribed, what are you guys doing? Hit that little subscribe button down below. And also follow me on Twitter, which is meowitchjenny, and I think there's one I at the end. Yeah, and my Snapchat is the same thing, so go and follow me on there to see my day. I like to post stories. Snap me, I'll answer, you know. Just make sure you say something like in the little thing, like, oh, from YouTube, or just something to let me know you're not just a stranger. You know what I mean? So I hope you guys like this video, and let's just jump right into it. So I'm going to take this primer. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer. I'm just going to go ahead and put that on. I figured I was going to do it off camera, but I'm like, no, I need to show them I'm using Wet n Wild. But you guys, if you watch my channel, you know this is pretty much all that I've been using. It's the only face primer I think I have besides whatever I got in BoxyCharm. So I just wanted to show you guys. Yes, I'm using a primer. But yeah, the only things I'll be substituting maybe is definitely contour, because the shades just didn't have anything close to a contour shade. They had like bronzers, and I don't have a bronzer because I've actually bought their bronzer before, and their bronzer is just, it's orange, okay, you guys, like, it's just straight up orange. So I'm not going to be doing that today. Funny story, when I first started to contour, I actually used that to contour. Oh, really bad. And my man was like, what's that orange streak on your face? And we were like out in public, in Greenwood, you know, somewhere that was like, you know, I like doing my makeup really nice when I go to Greenwood. And I'm just like, oh my god, I'm sitting there rubbing my face, trying to get it off, and nope. Not a good look. So now that we got that on, I'm going to go and take the concealer, which is already in this little unicorn thing. I got the shade Light Ivory, which I don't think that's the right shade, to be honest. I didn't grab a primer for my eyes, so I'm just going to be using this. Oh, guys, I hope this is the right shade. Yeah, I don't think it is, but it's probably a little too dark. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this. My fingers are really slippery from that. So I'm just going to go ahead and prime my eyes with this concealer. Oh, this is definitely a little too dark. Okay, so I may not use this for the face. I may just use this just to prime my eyes and just use my normal concealer. I am going out. This may work. I'll let you guys know when I blend it out. It just looks a little almost orangey on me. And this is their lightest shade. Like, it's too what is it called? It's just too, I don't know if you guys can see. I'll scoot you guys in, actually. So one thing I definitely noticed since I'm using my cell phone is you don't really get the true color of anything that I use. I just noticed that. So it may look fine on camera, but in reality I would probably never use this again. I just find Wet n Wild selection is very crappy on both ends of the spectrum. Especially for the deeper complexions. I'm like, we need deeper complexions. I mean, I can't wear foundation, period. But that does dry down really nicely. I may be able to get a... Okay. No, I won't. Because it's just looking a little... I don't know. I'll try under my eyes, and if I can't blend it out, or if it just doesn't look right, then we will just go from there. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out, making sure there's no harsh edges. Now, I'm not going to be using Wet n Wild brushes. I'm just going to use whatever I got, which is pretty much what any bride would do. If they're doing their own makeup, they're just going to use whatever they got. So I'm going to go ahead and set that with the Old Faithful, the Wet n Wild mattifying powder. This actually has sparkles in it. It is what it is. You know, it's just supposed to mattify it, and I'm all about the mattifying thing. So I'm just going to take my finger, kind of really go in it. And I'm almost hitting pan with this, so it's kind of a bit harder. I may need to go and crack into something else if this doesn't wind up picking up a lot of product. So I'm just going to go ahead and... Now I got a camera right behind me. Like, the concealer does feel like it's just set, but I just want to make sure, because I don't need creasing when I'm eating Chinese. I don't know. Oh crap, that's a little bit too much. I'm just going to go ahead and just go like this over it. And if you guys want to see another full face, let me know, because I'll do one. I do want to do Milani. That's on my wish list. It just is going to take a little long to get the products, especially since they're kind of expensive. It may take me maybe a month or two to get one full face of something. I don't have too much Milani. I have a couple things from them, so that will definitely take longer. But I do have a little bit of L'Oreal, a lot of Maybelline, so I'll probably do Maybelline first. I might throw e.l.f. in because they're a really nice brand to use. So they just suck with facial products because, you know, I may be able to get away with that on my face. Might need to use my Maybelline matte powder for that, but I should be able to get away with that. So I think it definitely set down nice. I may be able to use that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. This should be Ash Brown. Yeah, Ash Brown. And I'm going to go and spoolie out my brows. I'm just going to brush them in the same direction, of course, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, depending on how this color goes, I may need to go and replace it with something else, or just add a little bit darker of a color, because I don't remember what I thought of this product. I don't know if it is dark enough. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill them in. I've been trying to find like the perfect ash brown kind of color, and because normally, like I said, normally ash brown is what it is. It's ash brown, but it just doesn't, sometimes for me I have issues with it actually not being ash brown. It's actually a bit warmer because my skin is so fair. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in. And I think it's a nice color. I'm just going to have to spoolie a little bit. Now you guys know I don't like to use a spoolie. I feel like it just removes the product. But today I'm just going to go ahead and use it very lightly to hopefully to get a good brow. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow off of camera because I feel like doing my brows are pretty boring, you know. So I'll just go ahead and do that off of camera. So today I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Quad in the shade Lights Out, which I think is a very beautiful, kind of smoky, I don't know. I just love these colors, especially the transition. The transition is my favorite. So I'm just going to go in with a nice little fluffy brush. I'm just going to take the transition color and I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my lid, put that in the crease area, and just really careful with this color, since it is a really dark kind of slate. I wouldn't necessarily call it black or gray. It's like more of a slate kind of color, so I'm going to just take that and just go right into the crease and use it as a really nice transition shade, which I do think it's being a little patchy. It is trying to cling onto over here and over here. I don't know what you guys really can tell, but it is trying to cling. So I'm going to do my best to really blend that out. because I normally don't have any issues blending. I've never had. I've used this brush when I first started my channel, for almost for the crease and everything. So I know that I don't have any skipping issues with it, especially when I'm trying to blend out my crease. I know I don't have those issues. So I do know it's the shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. Now you can take another color to really help transition and sandwich everything together. But for me, it's kind of too late now. So I'm just going to go ahead and really blend like it's your day job. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I'm probably going to try and switch up motions to help fluff it all out. So hopefully it'll fluff everything out. But I do see that it is trying to stick in my crease area. And it's not really, I don't know if you guys can really see. But when I go like this, you can kind of see where it's trying to stick, like over here in this corner, even when I try and blend it out. And a little bit over there. I just hope I can actually blend this out. Wish me luck. Now I have to admit that after I blended everything out, I really would like, I just love this color. Like I think it is a nice kind of shadowy kind of color. Like if you guys are looking for like a really nice quick transition shade, I would honestly go for this, and it's cheap enough. I wish they sold this one in a single. Honestly, I would buy it in a single. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this little brush right here. I'm just gonna wipe all the excess on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna go and very lightly tap into the crease shade, which is a sparkly black, and I'm gonna actually put that on my outer V very, very gently. So I didn't do my face, so if there's fallout, we can just wipe it up. You know, that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and just tap it into the place that I want it. I should have used a different brush, but whatever. And I'm just going to go ahead and really blend and back and forth motions. And to definitely disperse the color, because I don't want the black just built up right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this in a V motion. That's looking a little... I need to go back into my crease brush with nothing on it, or whatever is left. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out even more, to really make sure that that black doesn't, you know... Now the black isn't too pigmented. It doesn't look black. It just looks like a nice shadow. At least in my opinion, I would consider this gray. I wouldn't really consider this black. But, you know, you can always take a makeup wipe and go like this and just clean up, you know, or just use your finger if you don't wear foundation like I do. But if you wear foundation, I would suggest that you guys do it after you do your eye makeup first. That way there's no fallout and it doesn't ruin your big day. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other eye off of camera. So I'm going to be taking this eyelid color, and I'm just going to be putting that on the center of the eyelid, most likely right above where the pupil sits, you know, your eye. You know what I'm trying to say. You want to put that right in the center of the lid, right where your pupil sits, and you want to make sure it blends. I think that's my mom. It may be my hairstylist. I can't read from far away. Anyways, I'm going to be taking that color. I'm just going to be picking that up with my finger. Now there may be some fallout with this. You can cut the crease with it. I was going to do that originally, but I'm just like, nah. I'm just going to go and leave it like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and just press that right above my eyelid. I'm not going to take it up into the crease. I'm really just going to focus this right on the lid itself. Oh, I love this color. Now this looks a little bold for, getting Chinese, but it is what it is. Now, this color is so pretty. I've never really seen a color like this. It's almost like a, I don't know how to describe it, because in the pan it looks like a slate, but it almost looks like a really nice, beautiful pewter kind of color. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm just going to take my finger again, and then once again I'm going to go right above where the iris sits, and I'm just going to go ahead and place that color there with my finger. I'm just going to do it right where that pupil sits. And I'm going to try and sandwich the two colors together the best that I can. You may need to go and grab a brush and further blend everything, but I don't really think that I will, because I feel like I will lose the beautiful shade. You just may need to just touch up the crease a little bit. So then after that, I'm going to be going into the brow bone shade. My cat was making a weird noise, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be taking a clean finger, and I'm just going to be going into that nice, beautiful, iridescent white. There is like a shimmer. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there is a little bit of a shift to it when you actually put on your finger. It's almost like a reddish, in some lightings it looks red, in some lighting it looks like a pink shift, like a light baby pink. I'm just going to put that on where we didn't put any color, is right on the inner portion of my lid. I'm just going to go ahead and press, whoa, that looks so beautiful. It's so weird that when I use this color and I'm putting it on top of the transition shade, it almost creates like a really nice slate kind of color. I think it's very, very beautiful. But nonetheless, just keep doing that and just put it where, so everything builds up. And so you have the lightest color in the, towards your tear duct. So I am going to be taking this Wet n Wild H2O proof eyeliner, and I'm just going to be putting eyeliner just on where, from where my pupil starts to the end. I'm not going to wing it out. I'm just going to keep a very simple line. And for your wedding day, you always want to have some sort of waterproof everything, which I always forgot to mention, but you always want to make sure it's waterproof. That way it doesn't transfer and just be a mess, you know, like the typical movie kind of crying. Okay, I can't do this on camera. Like I'm, oh crap. So I'm going to be taking this concealer now that we finished the face. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. I already put on mascara, and I also took the darkest shade, that outer V color with the sparkles, and I kind of pressed that into the eyeliner to make sure it doesn't move or transfer. That eyeliner specifically has a habit of moving on me, so I just set it very lightly with some of the black powder that we use. So I'm just going to be very lightly with this concealer because it may not be my shade. So far it just looks maybe a little bit different. So I'm just going to be going like right underneath my eyes. I'm really just going to go ahead and just dot it. I mean, it looks different in the tube than what it does here. I don't know if that's a good comparison. I mean, it may be my shade. It's not a highlighting, but it's almost a skin tone match. Maybe. Or I can get away with it. It's one or the other. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and conceal. And try not to be too heavy-handed with this. Because like I said, I don't know if this is my skin tone shade, you know, so I'm just going to be a little bit careful. So I'm just going to take a finger and blend that out, you know, nothing ridiculous. Just, you know, I think it might be darker in the tube because on me it's looking like a completely different color. Unless it oxidizes, which fingers crossed it doesn't. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out with a finger. Now this is a thick kind of product, like, no joke. This does feel pretty thick, but I definitely think it gets the job done. It does look like a nice full coverage kind of concealer, and just with an applicator, can't talk today, so we can go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and do the other side and really make sure that's blended, nothing's creasing, so we don't need creasing on our big day. Now if you guys went in with a wing, then I would suggest taking a little bit of concealer and just cleaning up that wing to give it the nice perfect sharp edge. You know, it kind of helps you out a little bit. Okay, so I definitely think once it's blended out, I don't really see a difference really. I am going to use my tried and true Faithful powder though. It's not Wet n Wild. There is sparkles in the other one, so I'm not going to be using that. So forgive me, you guys. I'll do this off of camera so that way you guys don't see it. So I'm just going to be taking the Wet n Wild Color Icon Collection blush in this shade Fantastic Plastic Pink. It is like truly a bubblegum pink. It is literally not registering on camera, but it is pretty bright. There's a little bit of shimmer in it. Hope it doesn't pop up on the face because I don't really have like a really nude kind of blush from Wet n Wild. I have a really, really nice, beautiful kind of everyday, not everyday, I have a really nice, it's like NARS Orgasm kind of blush that is perfect for like every skin tone. But I'm just going to go and pop that on my cheeks and just kind of really keep it light because it's just a fluorescent color. Now when I have foundation, it definitely does show up quite a bit, and it is a beautiful color. I put this on my friend, my best friend I mean, and she was just like, because her skin tone's yellow and it just didn't look right, but if you have cool skin tone and you're very fair like I am, this will look amazing. I think it will look amazing. And I don't know, I love this blush. So I'm just going to pop that on my cheeks. There is a little bit, I can't really see much of the shimmer, but that's okay. And I don't want to see the shimmer, so I'm kind of like, whew, relieved. I'm just going to go ahead and pop that on and really just kind of blend it out. I just think this color is stunning. I don't know. And I'm also going to take my finger and kind of brush it, I guess, just to make sure there's no like excess product or it's not splotchy or just, you know, just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to be taking my Blossom Glow highlighter. It is a very beautiful kind of light pink. I love light pink highlighters. There are one up. I feel like it's not one of my videos if I don't drop something on the floor. So I'm just going to be taking, I'm just going to go and smack the brush or whatever comes off. It should be at least a gray highlighter. So I'm going to be taking it, I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques kind of brush, and you can tell I use this for highlighter because one side is like slanted, and that's the side where I put on my cheekbones. So I'm just going to go in really lightly. I'm not going to go too heavy-handed with this. And I'm just going to put it on the high points of my cheeks. Oh, come on, mirror. Let's go. Okay, so I'm just going to go and find my cheekbone and just very lightly put it on. I'm not going to do anything too intense because I feel like the look enough is intense. So I tried to go a little bit more with my contour today. Hopefully it's not too much or too ashen looking. Anytime I hear the word ashen, I always think of Dark Souls, the video game. Like, I don't know why that's my first thought. Ashen 1, you know. Anyways, if you guys play video games, you get that reference. Let me know down in the comments below. My man loves Dark Souls, so I just, you know that crap. And it's a good game. They always seem to have a cat in it, but they didn't have a cat in this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and go on this cheekbone. This cheekbone is like I guess it's like my bad cheekbone because I don't know where it's at. I'm just kind of guesstimating. Usually, I just kind of guess like, oh, it should be like right here, you know. I'm going to take it back and go up whatever I have left. And I'm just going to take it on my brow bone and just go whoop, whoop, whoop. Just kind of make sure everything is nice and even. I think I got it in the right spot. Yeah. I'm going to take a little bit with my finger and just put it like on the tip of my nose. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it, whatever I have left on the bridge of my nose, and put it where I have left. I'm going to take whatever I got left on the brush and put it on my chin. I don't like doing the Cupid's bow. I think it just looks too... I think it personally looks stupid, okay? I don't know what it is. I just don't think it looks good. I feel like it looks like a mustache or a mistake. I just don't like it. Me personally, if you like it, you do it. You do you. I just don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this Wet n Wild Mattifying Finish Setting Spray, which I haven't used before. Get off plastic. Come on. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that, and I'm going to give it a shake. I think you shake this, right? Well, I'm shaking it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a good shake. I'm just going to go and spritz my face. Oh. That is not a good... Why does that make me think of, like... Oh, I don't... That made me just think of, like, lettuce. The smell of it? I don't know. That's just weird. So I'm going to go ahead and go and find my lipstick that I'm going to wear, and I'm going to go be right back. So I'm just going to be taking the shade, the Wet n Wild, of course, Liquid Catsuit Liquid Lipstick in the shade Rebel Rose. This is like my all-time favorite, and I think it's not too nude to where you just look too... It doesn't look like your eyes are just... I don't know how to describe it. This color is the perfect nude kind of color if you're my skin tone and you're cool complected. I feel like it can work on a bunch of different skin tones. My friend can't wear it. It just looks too sickly on her. But this is like the perfect one. And I think this is pink enough to give it life to your face and not kind of swallow your face up and not be too bold. The bold lip, I think this is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on off of camera. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look. I really do enjoy it. I haven't done like a bold eye like this. Like a black eye in a long time. I'm just really digging it. Like, I can't get over it. I don't know. I'm just really feeling it. Now, I'm not going to be wearing this for my wedding, but if you guys like this look and you do pull some things for your guys' wedding, let me know. And I just want to let you guys know that you don't have to be a bride to wear this. You can wear this for any look, any time of the day. It doesn't matter, any time of the year. Makeup is like art, okay? Some people may look at it and be like, you shouldn't do that. That's not art. But makeup is subjective to whoever's using it. So use it how you want to. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope that you guys stay tuned for my next video on Tuesday, because if it's the video that I'm thinking about doing, it is going to be a really interesting one. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.